Hey, I want to cover this. Still getting questions on, how do I trade a QLINE trade? And other than or in addition to the training modules that Mike has at the QuantVue site in the playlist section for all the training, uh, pretty cut and dry, simple how you work these setups. So in this case, I talk in the training how you want to see at least 2 out of 3 items. So 2 out of 3. So we'll just put 2-3. So one item is trade location. We'll put a L. Do you have good trade location prior to your signal? Here's a market ran up, hit a key level. That is a levels test. If it blew through the level and then rolled over and gave us a signal, that would be a level sweep. So you ask yourself, do I have trade location? Yes or no? In this case, yes. So we'll put a check here. So far I've got one of my 3 things I need. Number 2, do I have a price pattern? So we'll put P for price pattern. In this case, I don't really need a price pattern because I already have levels. So no, I don't have a price pattern. I don't have like an M pattern, or I don't have a lower pivot high, or stair-stepping down price, or stair-stepping up price. And then number 3 is simple. Do I have a QLINE signal? Well, yes, I do. I have a QLINE signal right there. So that's a yes for I have a QLINE signal. So we'll put a check mark. So I now have 2 out of 3 items. I didn't have number 2, but I had 1 and 3. That's 2 out of 3 minimum. Okay, let's clean all that up. Okay, at the close of this candle, on that candle close, the bear flag appears. If you have your alerts turned on, you can have pop-up and sound alerts. Or you could have a trade that gets sent over through Pine Connector to your MT5 platform. Or if you're trading on your TradingView charts and you have it connected to your Tradeovate platform, when you get that, you can go enter a trade manually. If you're using 3 commas or some of the other third-party vendors, when that happens, you can have that triggering an automated trade on some other platform or whatever you have set up and all connected together. Where do you put your stop? The highest stop you would ever use is just a few ticks or pips above the most recent price pivot. So from that entry point right in here, the market order fill to there, that is your risk. So that is your 1R, your 1 unit of risk. So the lowest stop you should ever put, the tightest stop, would be on a short trade, the upper side of the band in the area that's the highest near your signal. So that would be right here. So if you're trading, MNQs or you're trading NQs, you're trading these signals onto an NAS 100, CFD, contract for difference, in a Forex account, whatever, that would be your range of where you put your stop, never more. For a static entry, meaning I'm going to have 1 entry, 1 stop, and a target or scale out targets, meaning you're not going to trade the up and down dynamically like I do. Okay, you get in, you're in. Right away when you get in, so let's say you're using the tighter the stop, right about the time you're about to get a bull signal, you get blipped out of your trade. Okay, there's your losing trade. No big deal. If you use the high pivot, it comes up, misses you, rolls back over, gets another signal. So if you're the tighter stop trader, you got blipped out. Next, set that shit down like old luggage and walk away. It's not about your win to loss ratio. It's about what are you making on your wins versus what are you losing on your losses. It's controlled losing. Okay, now let's get into if the guy that had the higher stop, and I'm not advocating that, always use a bigger stop. this is what's happening in this example. This guy's still in the trade, guy or gal still in the trade, but he has more risk on per trade entry. This person that wanted a tighter stop per trade, they got blipped out. Hey, no big deal. Now we're on to the next. Okay, now let's look at the next signal. We come back up, we have another levels test. So we had test number 1, levels test number 2. We're back in that zone. And these boxes I draw manually, but Mike at QuantVue, VUE, not VIEW, but Mike at QuantVue.io has an SMC tool that draws the key levels automatically, so you don't have to. I like drawing mine. Just, it's an exercise that I do that helps me keep in tune with where I think the key areas of support and resistance are. So we get another levels test. So let's talk about number 1. Do we have a trade location alignment? Yes, we do. We have a levels test before the next sell signal. Do I want to be a buyer here? No. Why would I want to buy right at resistance? That's not high probability trading. No way at all would I ever consider that bull signal. Not after the market's had a huge, gigantic run, blew through a couple levels, and is up into the, significant resistance. Not where I'm looking to go long. So I wouldn't even consider that at all. Okay, so now I get a bear signal. So I'm the guy that got in and I got blipped out on my tight stop. The other guy that got in a trade is still in his short trade. He's still short. So I got blipped out. I get another signal. And right as that candle closes, the market lifts, and on my market order on a little bit of positive slippage, I get filled. I like using tight stops. I'm that guy. I put in my stop. That's my 1R of risk. So whatever you do, do the same thing trade after trade. Don't keep changing your rules. I'm in. What do I have? I have 1. I have location. So let's see if I got 2 out of 3. I have location. We have a levels test. 2. Do I have a price pattern? Well, by gosh, I got a price pattern too. I have an M pattern leading up to my signal to go short. Wow, I got number 2 also. So check, check. 3, I'll put a Q. Do I have the QLINE signal? Am I patiently waiting for my QLINE signal? Yep, got it. Boom, got my stop in. Check. I have 3 for 3 on this one. I'm 3 for 3 on this bad boy. I'm in the trade and it runs and it starts going outside of the bands. I'm still Dodger blue on the trend indicator. That means stay short. I'm going beyond my 1-to-1 mark. So that's my 1 unit of, risk. I'm pushing outside of the bands and beyond 1-to-1. I take my stop and go to break even plus a few ticks or pips, whether I'm trading MNQs, NQs, or if I'm trading NAS 100, it would be pips. So I'm in the trade, now it's a free trade. Lost on the first one, I'm in the second one, and there's my 1-to-1, and the price is pushing beyond it. Okay, let's see what happens. Let's compress this a bit. And where do I get out? So let's look where I get out. So I'm in that trade. I'm at a break-even stop, break-even plus a few ticks or pips, a little bit of lift, roll over, lift, roll over, lift. Oh, here's an area of support that I've indexed. And lift. There is a change in the indicator from Dodger blue to aqua. That would be the earliest I should at all think about getting out of that trade. And at that point, I'm probably about 4-to-1. So I got back what I lost here and then some, and that's a really beautiful trade. And I should be very near a daily goal if I trade the same position size in every trade I get into. If you trade a little light in the beginning to put some money in the bank and then you build your position size in subsequent trades, then you might need to take another trade or two. In this case, now we get through support, we get a level sweep and lift. Now you need to get out of that trade. That is a significant event. So if you're short, when you get the hook and you get some green candles, now you're out. You're in here to here. That's about a 5-to-1 or 5-to-1 plus trade. Now I just had a level sweep and now I have a bull signal and the market has been very bullish during this time period. I can get in that trade and ride it, and then I get a hook, get out. Now you're done for the day. 1, 2, 3 trades, you're done for the day, way over daily goal. No sweating, tight stops, simple QLINE signals. Can't show a way to show how easy these setups are. And the more you go through the training and the more time you spend in the Discord room and the more you understand the 2 out of 3, these shouldn't be hard to figure out what are the highest of probability setups versus somebody just taking every single signal. And the nice thing, I could sit here every day. I can't find a day in the NASDAQ where I take every single signal out of the first 5, 6, 7 signals. Every month, there's maybe one day where I get to a point where I'm just like, okay, there's just too much scrub back and forth. I'm just going to sit on the sidelines today. I'll take my $1,200 or $1,500 loss. Where all the other days, $1,250, $1,250 of gains on a 300K account like clockwork every day. Boom, I can get over that, be done for the day. On a 150K account, go for like 750 to 800 a day. Trade slow, methodical, boring. Don't yell and scream. Don't yell and scream at the market, telling it to go higher and come on, baby, hit my target. Oh, baby, we hit it. Don't do that shit. Just sit there, trade slow, methodical, boring. That's your path to victory. Get rid of the emotional reactivity. I don't see special operators out in the field yelling and screaming when they neutralize their targets or they're in the motion of executing their operations. Airline pilots are shooting an instrument approach and then they land safely with 357 souls on board. I don't see them jumping up and down in the flight deck, screaming and yelling how beautiful their landing was. That's just not professional level trading. I'm not saying you can't do it. I'm just saying the amount of people that could handle doing that day after day long term, you have a human psychology and you have to protect it. The more you can diminish and remove emotional reactivity from your trading, the longer you can go where the grueling aspects of trading don't wear on you and degrade your psychology and your passion and enthusiasm for trading the markets. So there's QLINE setups. I can't probably explain it any better. You got to work the 2 out of 3 rules. Don't be taking every signal manually. Have a reason why you're getting in every QLINE signal. Make sure it aligns with the 2 out of 3. I don't care what market you're trading. Crypto, FX, CFDs, futures, stocks, same mentality, same approach. If you got any questions, let me know at info@zonealgo. Let me put that up quick. So to get access to the QLINE setups, I have both the Q zone, these outer bands in shades of blue, which I can toggle off. So I just see the QLINE setups. The QLINE setups are completely adjustable, so they can be dialed in per instrument or time frame. All kinds of adjustability. You can change colors, responsiveness of the bands, the width of the bands. Fantastic set of tools. So tools access is by subscription only through mike@quantvue.io. If you have questions just for me in regards to trading, the automated trading, we do an MT5 and soon C-Trader about to be added to the mix, or Pine Connector connection to TradingView, or 3 commas, or any of that stuff that many are talking about and showing examples of in Mike's QuantVue Discord room, which is an amazing, amazing tool that you need to pay attention to what other traders are doing and see how sophisticated they're getting with these setups or Moneyball setups. There you have it. Have a fantastic trade day. And again, QLINE signals, you just can't get any easier than having a very defined setup, proper rules, and simplistic trade management. Have a great day, everybody. Talk to you soon.